Good morning. Here's your Chambana Weather Morning Minute for Wednesday, July 22nd. A high of 85 degrees today, a low chance for an isolated shower or storm, especially midday. Skies clear out overnight, a high of 83 tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and lower humidity. An active weather day yesterday across central Illinois. 2 rounds of severe storms, one bringing wind damage to northern Champaign County, the Thomasboro and Rantoul area during the late morning hours. A second line of storms that came racing through during the evening hours. We can recap those here. Looking at the radar, I'm going to go ahead and circle Champaign County right here. And again, we're starting in the mid-morning. Here's the first wave that came marching across central Illinois during the mid-morning hours. Rather disorganized during the early to mid-morning hours, but right as it got to about Decatur and Piatt County, it began to intensify and take on this bowing shape. I'll take the drawing of Champaign County off there, and you can see kind of the bow shape, and that is strong winds coming in, and the rear side of that storm, the rear inflow jet. And so that's a common look here as we get into the summer, a common look for a thunderstorm that's going to be producing some wind damage. And again, some damage occurred there in the Thomasboro and Rantoul area. Now, what happened was this line of storms moved off around noon. It left an outflow boundary, kind of that, the thunderstorm moves through, you get that cool outflow air that comes whooshing out ahead of the storm. Well, that air kind of lingers, trails back behind the storms here, and kind of leaves a boundary where this second line of storms went up during the middle part of the afternoon, and the most intense part of those storms rode right along this outflow boundary. So we can kind of watch that here. We saw scattered storms developing along and north of the boundary in our area, some showers, a few rumbles of thunder during the mid-afternoon, but it was this second line of storms riding that boundary that produced a couple of embedded tornadoes in the Sangamon County area over by Auburn. And then as it made its way into Piatt, Moultrie, and Champaign County, again, right along that boundary, prompted a tornado warning as we had a brief circulation here. I did not hear about anything actually touching down, but a brief area of rotation, enough to prompt a tornado warning for southwest Champaign County. Now, these storms did continue to weaken as they moved into the Champaign-Urbana area, and that is largely because we were north of that boundary where it just didn't quite get real hot and humid once again during the afternoon with those scattered storms remaining in the area. If we had really, shot back up towards 90 degrees without those afternoon storms, it could have been a little more intense here in the evening. But there's a quick little recap of the 2 lines of storms that moved through during the day yesterday. We can take this through the rest of the overnight, and you see that shower and storm activity mostly moving off to the south and to the east, and that's where the thunderstorm activity will be most numerous during the afternoon today, and that severe weather threat shifts off to the south and east as well. Just a general risk for a couple scattered storms during the day today. We'll take a look at the satellite picture. Champaign-Urbana is located right about here where that white dot is. Again, you see all the bright cloud tops from the showers and storms moving off to the south and to the east. We can flip it over and look at the radar. Again, Champaign-Urbana located right about here. We got that line of storms predominantly off to our south and to the east. Now we've got a front making its way into the area. It's 69 degrees as we get the day started here, so a nice temperature, but quite muggy out there. Temperatures right around 70 degrees. You see some cooler air off to the north, and this is going to try and eventually pivot its way into the eastern Corn Belt, into central Illinois. And that's what's going to bring the precipitation to an end. It's also going to give us a couple-day break from the humidity here in central Illinois. Now, as we take a look at the high-resolution rapid refresh, the precipitation forecast for the rest of the day, Champaign County right there. Heaviest thunderstorm activity well off to the south and to the east, but as we head into the mid-afternoon hours, right around 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe on the backside here, a few scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. By and large, most people are going to end up dry here, but I got to put it in the forecast here because somebody is going to get a downpour over their head. So the total precipitation forecast over the next 3 days really looks a bit like this. We've got Champaign County right here, scattered showers as we head through the day today, drying out for the remainder of the week into the weekend. And that is because of the shift in the jet stream. We have a very progressive jet stream. Let's look at what happens over the next 7 days. Right now, you can kind of take the heights, draw them something like this. Our ridge of high pressure, the heat off to the west. We've got northwest flow across the region. That's what's kept showers and storms in the forecast over the last several days. Now, as we put this into the motion heading into the weekend, we see a trough develop in the west, and that forces a ridge in the Midwest and the Great Lakes. That's going to allow heat once again to return here in the middle part of the country, but it doesn't get stuck. Look what happens here as we head into the later part of the weekend, into early next week. We're getting a Monday and Tuesday. The ridge once again sliding back off to the west. We get a trough that rides up and over the top of that. Once again, bringing northwest flow to the Midwest. It's going to bring our temperatures right back down and reintroduce the chance for showers and storms. So we can look at the forecast temperatures here. Again, you see the cooler air just try and barely make its way in here to the Great Lakes into the eastern Corn Belt. We're looking at apparent temperatures. So along and south of this line, this is where we've got heat index temperatures in the 90s to near 100 degrees. Getting a bit of a break of that here across parts of the Great Lakes. We just barely make it in there before heat returns to the Midwest as we head into the weekend. Recapping the precipitation forecast just quickly for you. Again, that chance for an isolated shower today. Central Illinois, Champaign County located right there. But then as we head deeper into the weekend, we see those shower and storm chances once again lifting north into the Canadian Prairie, into the northern plains with the jet stream. But as we head into early next week, the ridge shifts back to the west. Northwest flow once again across the Midwest. That'll reintroduce the chance for showers and storms as we get towards the beginning of next week. So here's a look at the next 5 days. Sunny skies taking us into the weekend. Those temperatures start to creep back up. So do our humidity levels. You can kind of gauge that with our overnight lows. The overnight low temperature is a good way to ballpark your dew points. So we got dew points falling back into the low 60s to end the work week today, right back up into the low 70s by the time we get to Sunday and Monday. If you want to support Chambana Weather, head on over to chambanaweather.com or the social media pages. I have links to the Patreon page where you can become a patron of Chambana Weather. You can support me as low as $3 a month or whatever you choose to do so. Buy me a cup of coffee at $7 a month. I'll put you in the subscription list for the daily weather subscription. You'll get every morning, Monday through Friday, a email in your inbox with the forecast for today, the next 5 days, and your Chambana Weather Morning Minute and any other tidbits you need to know. Sponsor this 5-day forecast for $12 a month or for $25 a month. Sponsor the Morning Minute. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning.